Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I want to talk to you about a couple of topics in this video. I'm going to start off with Gaza. We have Israel obviously committing further acts of genocide in Gaza with over 60 Palestinian civilians brutally killed in the past 24 hours. They're continuing this genocide despite all of the calls to stop the war, the calls for a ceasefire inside of Israel and outside of it. Benjamin Netanyahu is continuing this genocide for his own purposes. However, we still have acts of resistance. The main act of resistance that we had today in Gaza was from the armed wing of the PIJ, Saraya al-Quds or Al-Quds brigades in English. They targeted an Israeli force that was hiding in a residential building in Gaza, and there were many Israeli casualties, including people who were killed. Which leads me to Lebanon. A very important development that we had in the past couple of days is Al-Qassam brigades, the armed wing of Hamas, targeting Israel from Lebanon. They targeted the western part of the Galilee, in particular the Brigade 300 command base in Shumera. They targeted the base with several missiles. That's obviously alongside Hezbollah's consistent attacks on these areas and their expansion on further settlements that were not included in their fire range previously, settlements that are still populated, that did not receive orders to evacuate and do not receive support from the government. This is something that is applying more pressure on the Israeli government, with more calls for Israel to take decisive action when it comes to de-escalating and ending the war. A very worrying move we saw today came from Russia. B-52 bombers invaded Russian airspace and they were deterred, they were taken away by Russian fighter jets. This is a very dangerous development. Everyone knows that there's a proxy war going on in Ukraine, but the US directly taking actions, hostile actions against Russia, are reckless moves that no one needs at the moment. No one needs more threats to escalate. What we need now is de-escalation and more calls to reach a ceasefire and hopefully an all-out peace solution, both in Ukraine and obviously in Gaza. That was very worrying. However, there was no escalation after it, and we hope that's not something that's gonna completely go all out and lead us to more escalation that the civilians will suffer from. And the final thing that I want to talk to you about is obviously this recent escalation in Yemen. We had multiple people that belong to Ansarullah, or known as the Houthis, saying that these attacks will not deter them. One of their official spokespersons, he said that they are not deterred, and the stance that they are taking is a moral stance to support the Palestinian people, and no attack will deter them. However, we've had more interesting and substantial and dangerous comments coming from the Houthi leader, Abdul Malik al-Houthi, something that I will be talking about in my live stream. If you would like to know more about that, join me in my live stream tonight, with obviously participation from the community as well.